I think something is going on here.
Oh, it's a bigger than big problem.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm saying it's a help.
But how do I know they're not still in my systems? It sounds so scary.
It is.
So I have a web shop where I sell baby products. And I do get a lot of work and people are ordering from me so much, which I'm so happy about. But this morning, when I was supposed to start my day, I did not come into my systems. I couldn't see any orders, my emails, everything. And I checked up with my colleagues at the warehouse. Can you see anything? The same problem. I'm panicking.
Nightmare.
What do I do now? And just a few minutes ago, I got a text message that said, I have all your data. If you want it back, send me $10,000. So now I'm devastating. I think something is going on here.
Yep, ransomware.
Ransomware. Please tell me it's not a big problem.
Oh, it's a bigger than big problem.
Oh.
Oh.
In this situation, I mean, what is happening and what can I do? First of all, what is it?
Lawyer perspective here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a type of fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a cybercrime. Some people have broken out of their in their jurisdiction kind of as it's a crime in itself. But basically it's a type of blackmail and a type of fraud we're talking about.
This is why you need to watch this episode.
Yeah.
To protect your business in case this is happening or to avoid it. That's why you're watching.
Yeah, we're going to go through a checklist how to protect yourself. But basically, ransomware is a malicious software that you somehow they gain access to your systems and they will decrypt your data and then they will demand money from you, either to release it back to you or if you don't give them money, they'll spread it to the world. But most typically will be encrypted, and if you want it back...
Okay, but what happens...
So that's the blackmail or extortion.
But how should you avoid these type of criminal offense? We have a checklist here.
Yep.
Should we start?
We'll start directly.
Okay, the first one is established IT providers only.
Yeah, have a policy at your business or even at home. Like, what do you use? What kind of systems do you use? Because typically they use problems in your patches, etc., to get through. And the more established the apps, everything. I'm talking everything you're using, everything you're downloading now. I'm not just talking about the Drive or the Google, right? Everything. Is it established? Do you trust it?
Step number one.
Yeah.
Number two, then, regular data backups.
Data backups is your only savior. In the example you gave in the morning when you came in, gain and access, did you have a backup?
No.
How would you feel if you had a backup?
I would be so happy.
Yeah.
I would be so happy.
So make sure you have a backup and that you actually use the backup. So it's not 2 months old.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, in particular if that's type of business where you really need the day-to-day operations. And also make sure that the backup has no connection to your ordinary systems. Because otherwise, the cyber criminals will often develop a way to get into your backup as well. So make sure they're completely separated.
Okay, that is really good to know. The third one is update patch systems.
Yeah. So, when you get a request to do updates, do them.
Yeah.
Because many of those updates, patch systems, will concern that they have discovered some vulnerability in their security. So if you do not update them, you will still be susceptible for ransomware, for cyber criminals, for attacks. So super important to always update.
Yes. Number 4 then, employee training.
Just have your employees watch this episode. It's that simple. Just create awareness. Like, what is it? What can you do? What should you watch out for? And how should you act? So it doesn't have to be too time consuming, too costly, but make sure that you do talk about this.
Good. Number 5 is the security measures.
So, of course, make sure you have IT security in place. Ta-da!
Easy. And number 6 is two-factor authorization.
Or multi-factor.
Yeah.
That you recognize what that is,
Yeah.
right? The way you have to log in from two angles, so to
Yeah.
speak.
I always get irritating when I have to do that, but I understand it's important.
Key is one of the absolutely most fundamental protections that's super helpful. So always use it. It's so worth the trouble.
I will never be irritated again.
No, don't be.
And number 7 is to have an action plan.
If it happens, what should you do? And we'll get back to how that can look, right?
Yeah.
But make sure you have action plan and talk it through within your family, within your business. How do you act if something happens?
Really good to be prepared. And then number 8 is limit user privilege.
Make sure everybody does not have access to everything. Do not send your email across to the whole company.
If you don't have to.
No. So keep it tight. It's worth it. Again, it's so easy to just share emails and share logins and everybody has access to everything. Until that morning.
When shit hit the fan.
Yeah. When you cannot gain access, then it's not so fun anymore.
No, it's... number 9, the remote access.
Also consider what you need to have access from remote. I understand that most people do work offline or offshore, I was about to say, outside. But do they have to have access to everything? Because every time you create remote access, you also create a way in.
Oh, that's
a vulnerability.
Yeah.
So it's needed. Yes, I'm not saying you're not allowed to have it, but only when you need it.
And then number 10 is get ransomware insurance. Can you get that?
Yep. Get ransomware insurance. That depends on the size of your company.
Yeah.
If it's worth it for you, of course. But there is really good insurance. Read the fine print.
Yeah. And that takes us to number 11, which is the last one, Trendspotting. Why is that important?
Because like we talked about just watching this episode, creative awareness, know what's trending. Because cybercrimes, they will notice what works. Like for a period, it was your bank. Always clicking this link, or you won, or it's a refund for somewhere. And then there was your daughter desperately needing help. They want you to click on that link. They want you to provide them with that information. So they will see trends, and when they see something working, it spreads like wildfire. So if you know what's trending, you will also know how to create awareness within your business.
Yeah, protect yourself from that.
Yeah.
But so let's say that I did fall victim for ransomware. What do I do now in the situation where I'm stressed? I need to get my...
Instead of there, everything's black.
Yeah.
You cannot...
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Can you stop the fire from spreading? For instance, is there anybody in your business, if somebody's working offline, make sure the message gets across so nobody logs in to the contaminated system that's not already in. Can you retrieve from your backup? Right? So everything, can you stop the fire? Stop it. If anything can be boxed in, box it in. You look at the backup. Can you restore what you have there? Right? Then you need to report. And many people say that, well, how much is that going to help? Because they're somewhere up in Russia or Indonesia. Yes. But you know what? Ransomware, you might want insurance. And even worse, you know what's really sucky about it?
No.
You might end up all your data being gone. And then your customer sues you. Because it was my data as well. They messed up my business as well. Right?
I did not think about that.
So make sure you take all the precautions and the report straight away, because that can help you in relation to your liability towards others. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm saying it's a help.
Yeah, that's good. But let's say you're having a business. If I have $10,000 and I just want my data back, what happens if I pay it? I mean, due to the stress and everything.
Yeah, that was my final one on what you do. Do you pay? Would you?
I don't know. I mean, in a situation so stressed, I might... I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
If it seems like a way out, maybe.
Yeah. And I think that depends on the data situation, but I mean, again, not legal advice, just knowledge sharing. This is opinion sharing. I see many instances where I would. And then I can also say, like, if they talk about giving information to the public, that depends. I mean, how sensitive is it? I mean, how much attention span do people have to your embarrassing summer photos or something like that? I mean, that I'm not. Okay, if you want to embarrass somebody, nobody cares anymore. It's too many scandals out there.
Yeah.
But if you have sensitive data, important data, that's a whole other topic. And I absolutely see many instances where you would pay. Because then, of course, the question comes, if I pay, do I get my data back? Or do I ask for more?
Yeah, how do I know that?
Yeah. And the basic says that for this to be a functioning industry, the victims need to believe that paying will give them the data back, right?
Yeah, so it probably works.
Yeah. So in most cases it does, but then there's the rotten apples that won't give a damn. Or that say they're giving you all of the data back and then they might retain something, or they might retain a little tracker in your systems. Then you need to make sure if you do get the data back, they clean everything up. So it's risky.
But how do I know they're not still in my systems?
You need to have proper security afterwards.
Yeah.
Because you have seen cases where they do drop some kind of tracker left behind. And also what's kind of interesting is that sometimes they're in the system for long before they close it down.
Oh.
Sounds like a Trojan horse, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds so scary.
It is.
And that's why you need to know about ransomware and what you can do to protect yourself, because it would be a disaster. I mean, imagine coming to your business that you worked so hard for and you cannot get into the systems.
I mean, many businesses go bankrupt, they lose goodwill, they lose money. It's bad.
All the hard work you put in. Ouch.
It's bad. So do what you can. It's tough, it's hard, but there are things you can do.
Yes, there is. And that's why we're having this episode. So this is not legal advice. It's knowledge sharing, to be clear with that. And if you have any questions about ransomware, maybe you have experiences, tell us, how was it? What did you do? What happened? If you want to share it. This is Business Law Toolbox, where we share business law tools that you can use in your everyday business at zero cost.
Hej då!
Hej då!